Hello there, my name is Shelley Edwards and I'm here today to give you a very simple coaching technique to use. So I want you first of all to pause this video and go and get yourself 3 bits of paper and a pen. You can be as creative as you want. You might want coloured card, you can get highlighters, marker pens, but quite simply you can do this with 3 sheets of paper and a pen. And they can be A5 size or A4. If you want to get really creative later with this exercise and use it maybe in the teams that you work with, you can use flip chart paper. So pause the video and then welcome back. Okay, so on your first piece of paper or card, I want you to draw a circle and title this one the Circle of Concern. Second piece of paper or card, another circle. Title this one the Circle of Strengths. And then finally that third piece of paper or card, Circle of Influence. And this is what this technique is called, the Circle of Concern versus the Circle of Influence. And what you're going to do, very simply, I'm just going to set you up with this because you could take a few hours with this, you could take 10 minutes with this, you can have it over a few days working for you. But you're going to take your first circle, the Circle of Concern, and you are literally going to place everything that is bugging you out right now into that circle. I find it quite helpful if I itemise, like number 1, filing, number 2, organise office, whatever it might be. So you itemise everything that's in your circle. Now what you can do is have this just solely for work, or have this just solely for home, social, whatever area of your life, or you can mix all of those together. I tend to just do one circle, put everything in there from every area of my life. So the Circle of Concern, we've all got stuff that bugs us. We've all got stuff that we've maybe thought about doing for a while, but we haven't done yet. These are the things you put in here. The normal day-to-day stuff that you get through and you deal with and you do, still might be of concern to you, but you're doing it, so you don't need to worry about that. That's kind of happening. These are the things that maybe have been there for a little while, things that are playing around in your mind. They are your Circle of Concern. And everybody's got one, as I've just said, but what we don't want is this Circle of Concern getting big and all-encompassing and actually giving us more aggro. What we want is to shrink the Circle of Concern, hence make the Circle of Influence bigger. So what you do is you start to write out everything that's in your Circle of Concern, and then you just leave that, you park that, and you come to your second circle, the Circle of Strengths. This is where I want you to blow your trumpet. I want you to write everything down that's good about you. I want you to think about strengths, capabilities, characteristics, talents, attitude, things that you do that you know you do well. And if you get stuck by blowing your own trumpet, just ask your nearest and dearest around you, what am I good at? What would you say my strengths are? What are my skills? What are my competencies? So you list all of the good stuff. Now, if I asked you to list all the stuff you're not good at, you'd quite easily fill a room with it. We're all good at looking for the weakness in ourselves. I'm getting you to completely motivate yourself now. Turn it around, all the stuff that's good about you. Really helpful circle. Now once you've got all of your strengths listed, all of the good stuff about you, you then go to the Circle of Concern and you pick off an item. But then you pick up the Circle of Influence. This is your way forward, getting stuff done. So you can cross off of the Circle of Concern and forge forward with your Circle of Influence. So what you do here quite simply is take each one and decide what you're going to do about it. So you're looking at your strengths at the same time here in order to power forward in that Circle of Influence. You take the item, it might be, I'm going to take a really easy one like organise office space. So I'm looking at my strengths and I might have on there good planner, good organiser, able to diarise and schedule effectively, all of these sorts of things. I can then look at my Circle of Influence and think, what am I going to do? And it might just be that my action plan that starts on here is quite simply diarise some time to do this. list out a to-do list of things that need to be done in that office. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm starting to think about, in a solution-focused way, the things that I need to do in order to get that thing ticked off, crossed off of the circle of concern, because I'm doing something about it in my circle of influence. Okay? Now, if you get a bit stuck, because we can get a bit stuck, you might need to think about who else can help you. So think about people around you that could support you in order to start to get yourself motivated and moving forward with the items on the circle of concern. So they no longer exist and you are in your circle of influence, moving yourself forward. And from day to day, things will change. And sometimes the same things come up again and again. But just tell yourself, I can and I will. Think about your strengths and allow yourself to move forward.